Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Kodi Osnamani ki jai, Namacharya Srila Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gaura Sam Kund Radha Kundi ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadip Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Yamuna Mai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Navadip Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to the Lord. All glories to the Lord. All glories to the Lord. Thank you very much.
Translation. Some of them sacrifice the hearing process and the senses in the fire of the controlled mind, and others sacrifice the objects of the senses, such as sound, in the fire of sacrifice.
Read the part.
The four divisions of human life, namely the brahmachari, the grihastha, the vanaprastha, and the sannyasi, are all meant to help men become perfect yogis or transcendentalists. Since human life is not meant for our enjoying sense gratification like the animals, the four orders of human life are so arranged that one may become perfect in spiritual life. The brahmacharis, or students under the care of a bona fide spiritual master, control the mind by abstaining from sense gratification. They are referred to in this verse as sacrificing the hearing process and the senses in the fire of the controlled mind. A brahmachari hears only words concerning Krishna consciousness. Hearing is the basic principle for understanding, and therefore the pure brahmachari engages fully in Hare Namanukirtanam, chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. He restrains himself from the vibrations of material sounds, and his hearing is engaged in the transcendental sound vibration of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Similarly, the householders, who have some license for sense gratification, perform such acts with great restraint. Sex life, intoxication, and meat eating are general tendencies of human society, but a regulated householder does not indulge in unrestricted sex life and other sense gratification. Marriage on principles of religious life is therefore current in all civilized human society, because that is the way for restricted sex life. This restricted, unattached sex life is also a kind of yajna, because the restricted householder sacrifices his general tendency toward sense gratification or higher transcendental life.
Sutradini Indriyani Anne Sanjamannishu Juvati Sabdadin Vishayan Anya Indriyagnishu Juvati. So, Indriya Sanjama, Yoga. Yoga means Indriya Sanjama. Yoga, Indriya Sanjama. The yogic practice is recommended for persons who are too much in the bodily concept of life. Practically any person. Therefore this yogic practice was recommended for general population, so that they can control the senses. Gradually, one has to take to this platform of Indriya Sanjama or Satagun, Rajagun, Satagun and Tamagun. So one has to promote himself to the platform of Satagun. Generally people are in the Rajastamaguna. I was explaining yesterday in the morning, Tato Rajastamo Bhava Kamalobhadayaschaji Cheta Eti Anavidhyam Sthita Satte Prasidati. Everyone is trying to be very peaceful and happy. That is possible when one is promoted to the platform of Sato. The yoga practice means that. Yoga practice means by controlling the airs within the body, that will be explained. There are 5 kinds of air. Vayu. When the airs are not controlled in old age, according to Ayurvedic system, it is called Vayu Rog. The muscles become slackened, old man, because the air control or air circulation is not proper. There are many medicines, many practice of yoga. So, the real purpose is, yoga practice means to control the senses. Indriyani pararahu, indriyabha param manaha, manasastu paro buddhi, buddhistu ja parasha. This is the study of the whole structure. Grossly, our body means these senses. We are, everyone, animal and less intelligent man, they are busy only for sense gratification. Indriyani para. They think this sense gratification, this is enjoyment, this is happiness. But actually that is not happiness. Sukham atantikam jattat atindriyani. What is actual happiness? Atantikam. That is atindriya. Atindriya means beyond the senses. But because we have no such knowledge, because we are in the bodily concept of life, I am this body, so I am interested in the matter of gratifying my senses. Indriyani parara. Those who are little advanced, they are in the enjoyment of the mind, mental speculation, philosophy, or theosophy. So many zophies are there. Somebody putting some theories, this theory, that theory, that theory. Mental speculation. They derive poetry, writing poetry, nice poetry. They are not on the gross platform of sense gratification, but on the subtle platform of sense. Mind is also sense. Mind is also sense. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhumi rapa anana vayu khanga mano buddhi rivata. Binna me pakiti astadha. These 8 elements, they are also my prakriti, but bhinna, separated. Separated prakriti. Prakriti means subordinate to the Purusha. As soon as the prakriti, generally we understand, there is a husband and wife. Wife is called prakriti and the husband is called Purusha. So Purusha means enjoyer and Prakriti means enjoyer. So similarly, when Krishna says, Bhinname Prakriti Astadha, all these elements, gross and subtle, water, air, fire, and these are gross elements, and the mind, intelligence, and ego, subtle elements. Then Krishna says, aparayam, these elements are inferior prakriti. Aparayam itastu vidhive prakritim para. There is another prakriti. What is that? Jiva bhuta mahabaho jayedam dhāryate jagat. Jiva bhuta, the living entity. The living entity is also prakriti. We are not Purusha. But we forget this. Prakriti means to be used by the Purusha. Therefore our position is, real position is, we should be used by the Supreme Personality of God, Purusha, Purushottam. This is our position. But artificially, we are trying to become the Purusha. That is Maya. Instead of being utilized by the Purusha, we are trying to become the Purusha, to utilize the material nature. Jayedam dhāryate jagat. The world is going on, the material world, because the living entities in the attitude of becoming Purusha, they are trying to exploit the resources of this material nature. This is going on. You sit down, people in the chair. So this is our material disease. And how we are trying to be master or enjoyer of this material world? By the senses, by the mind. Manasasthani prakritisthani karshati. Mana mamaivangsa jiva bhuta. The living entities, Krishna says, they are my part and parcel. So, we instead of serving Krishna, they are trying to utilize the material nature for their sense gratification. This is called struggle for existence. Prakritisthani karusati. Karusati is hard struggle. Manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karusati. This is going on. And this karusati means struggling for existence. Because he cannot be happy. He cannot be happy by this artificial way of life. This is artificial way of life. Just like both of them have been described as prakriti. Bhinna me prakriti astadha. And aparang itastu vidhi me prakriti para. The para, it is prakriti. Suppose there are two prakritis, two women. One has dressed as man and one has dressed as woman. But how they can enjoy? Because actually they are prakritis. Simply by changing the dress, there is no possibility of enjoyment. Prakriti. Therefore, it is simply mental concoction. Mana. Sasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karusati. This is going on. Therefore, those who are too much engrossed in the bodily concept of life, for them this yoga system, then dharana, pranayam, asana, ityadi, different methods, jam, niyam. The yoga process also required sangyam, sanjamagni, it is said. Sanjamagni sujuvati. This yoga practice means you have to control the sentence. Sanjamagni. sacrifice. The spirit of enjoying spirit should be sacrificed in the fire of Sanjam. That is required. Samjamagnishu juvati. Sabdadin indriyan anya indriya gnishu juvati. By controlling the senses, indriyagni. This is also very significant. Indriyagni. Indriyagni, that is described in the Narad Panchanath. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Richyate. Rishik means Indriya and Rishikesha means Krishna. So, when the Indriyas, the senses, will be engaged in the service of the master of the senses, that is Indriyagneshu Juvati. You cannot control the senses simply by artificial means, by dhyan, dharana, pranayam, jam, niyam, asana, pratyahar. There are so many systems. Big yogis, they fell, just like Vishwamitra Muni. He was practicing yoga. That Indriya Sanjama, he was specially, because he was king, so specially he was very sexually inclined. In the yoga process, he was trying to control the sex. But what was the result? The result was that Manoka, a society girl of the heaven, she appeared and she was traveling there. There have been many instances like that. And tinkling of the bangles, or immediately his yoga practice was broken. And he became attached by Manoka, and there was birth of Shakuntala. There is a drama written by Kalidas Kavi, Shakuntala. This is the subject matter. How a yogi failed to control his senses and was attached by a beautiful woman girl, and how Shakuntala, the beautiful girl, was born. That is the subject matter. So, this is sometimes impossible. There are many instances. So this is artificial way of yoga system. But when actually, as it is recommended, Sabdadin Indriyani Anna Indriyagneshu Juvati. That Indriyagneshu means the Indriya of Krishna. When he satisfies the Indriyas, the senses of Krishna, then automatically our Indriyas become satisfied, engaged. There is another verse written by Prabhupada Saraswati. He says, Kaivallang narakayate tidasapura akasa puspayate duddanta indriya kala sarpa patali pratkata damastrayat. Pratkata damastrayat. Just like dentist, when there is some pain in the teeth, they extract. That is called pratkata, extract. So, the Indriyas have been compared with Kala Sarpa. Kala Sarpa, meaning venomous snake. As soon as the Kala Sarpa or snake touches in any part of your body, because the venomous teeth is there, death is there immediately. Therefore I call Kala Sarpa. Kala means death. Kalasarpa. Therefore you are so much afraid of a snake. But if the Kalasarpa's poison teeth is taken away, then it is no more, fearful. It is no more dangerous. Therefore Prabhupada Saraswati says that by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our indriyas, the senses which are compared with the Kalasarpa, may be Kalasarpa, but the poison teeth is extracted. Duddhanta indriya Kalasarpa patali pratkhata dhamastayate. So that is bhakti yoga process. Indriyas cannot be, controlled unless you engage your indriyas in the service of the master of indriya. That is called bhakti yoga. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tat paratena nirmalam. If you want to purify your indriyas, then you have to accept to be free from the upadhi. At the present moment, because we are in bodily concept of life, I am thinking that I belong to this family. So, if I do not satisfy the family members, I have to satisfy. This is my real position. Jive Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. My position is servant of Krishna. That is my constitutional position. Krishna means to serve Krishna's desire. What Krishna says, as Krishna says, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam is demand. But if we do not do that, that means we are not willing to serve Krishna, then my position is to serve. Then I have to serve in my designation. I am the master of this family, belong to this society, to this nation, to this, that, so many. Griha Chetra Sutapta Vittai Jana Samohoyam. Illusory master. You have to serve. Because you have to serve. So, these indriyas, unless they are purified by becoming without any designation, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I am not a Brahmin, I am not a sannyasi, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a brahmachari, because these are designations. Varnashram dharma, 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. Of course now we do not know even this designation. We are simply animals at the present moment. Ahara nidra bhayam. But human society means to divide the whole human society into these 8 divisions. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. Then it is systematic. But you have to go above that. That systematic division of the society is also sense gratification. That is not real life. That is also sense gratification. But it is systematized. Just like I have several times said, the marriage is sense gratification, sex life. But somebody may say, they say that marriage legalized prostitution. It may be, but still there is some control. Although it is called legalized prostitution, there is no difference between prostitution and married life. But there is some control. People become responsible. By responsible life, they can make advance. Irresponsible life will not help. Therefore, loke bhavayami samadhyasiva nityasta jantu. So our tendency for sense gratification is control. That what is called license. Grihastha life means a license for sense gratification. But we must know that sense gratification means material life. It may be systematic or not systematic. Sense gratification means material life. But our aim is to transcend this material life and come to the spiritual life, platform of spiritual life. That is required. So there are so many processes. So that is being discussed by Krishna. Here he is specially referring to the mystic yoga system. Indriyagneshu juvati, controlling the senses. So, this controlling the senses, the simple method is that artificially, if you want to practice yoga, like Vishwamitra Muni or Durvasa Muni, very great. There are many big stories about these munis, where big yogis, this Durvasa Muni traveled all over the universe, and he went beyond the universe in the spiritual world. He saw Lord Vishnu personally. Still he was defeated. There are many stories. Ambarish Maharaj. So these indriyas cannot be controlled. Duddhanta indriya kala sarpa patali. But these indriyas cannot do any harm to you if you take the poison teeth of this deadly snake. Poison teeth. Indriya kala sarpa patali putkada. What is that? What is the process of taking away the poison teeth? That is bhakti yoga. That is bhakti yoga. That means sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparatina nirman rishikena. Rishik means Indriya. Rishikesa sevana. You cannot control the senses unless you engage your senses in the service of the senses of the Lord. The Lord has got senses. He is also a living being, like us. But less intelligent class, they cannot understand. They think that something must be opposite. No, the Vedic information is Nitya Nityana, the absolute Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is also eternal. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavan says that Arjuna, you and me and all these people who have gathered here, we are Nitya. We were present in the past and we are now in the battlefield. And when we give up this body, we shall again remain the same. Individual. That is explained in the second chapter. This individuality continues. There is no such information that all of them become one by amalgamation. That is not possible. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivangsha jiva bhuta jiva loke sanatana. Angsha, the particles of the Supreme, they are sanatana. It is not that by chance the spirit, whole spirit has been broken into pieces. No, that is not possible. Because in the Bhagavad Gita I will find achidram. It cannot be broken into pieces. Then how it become pieces? Therefore, these piecemeal the small particles of the original whole, they are sanatana. It is not that by circumstance it has become small pieces, no. And when they amalgamate, just like they give the example that the water, when it is put into the water, again it becomes one. But scientifically, they are molecules, they remain separate. Even the sunshine, they are simply combination of shining molecules. Similarly, we are also like that, shining spiritual molecules. So, Sanatana, these particles are Sanatana. So they must have engagement. Because we small particles of the Supreme, we are also engaged. Krishna Buliyaji Bhagavan, so we are engaged in material affairs. So our business is to finish this material affair, or not to be attracted by the material affairs, but to be attracted by the spiritual affairs. That is the point. Not that finishing. It cannot be finished. Therefore in the Shastra says, Jannera Vindaka Vimukta Manina Tayyasta Bhavada Vishuddha Buddha. Those who are thinking, and now we have Brahma Gyan, knowledge, and we have become one with Brahma. Therefore we are now liberated. Vimukta Manina. That is not liberation. The liberation is not there because tai astabhavat, because the senses are not yet engaged in the service of the Lord. They do not know the personality of tai astabhavat, avishuddha buddhaya. They cannot be liberated. Why not? They have already become liberated. No. Arajya krichena parang padang tataha patanti adha anadita jusmadangraya. Arajya, they have undergone severe penances, austerities, that is right. And they have come to the parampada, Brahmapada. But patanti adha, because anandamaya vyasat. Everyone wants ananda. And part and parcel of Ananda, Krishna. He wants Ananda. The simply realization Aham Brahmasmi will not stay. Will not stay. Because simply knowing I am such and such, simply knowing that I am a millionaire, or simply knowing that I am a big man, that will not help him. He must have some activities. Anandamaya Vyasat. Vyasat means there must be activities. If you stop activities, there will be no Ananda. Then you will again search out where is activities. And because you have no spiritual activities, you will come down to the material activities. So this artificial type of some Jamagnishu, Juvati, it may help you for the time being to stop the activities of the Indriya, but that will not be permanently done. Therefore, this process, that sarvapadi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmala, when you become free from all designation, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I was going to explain, that I am not a Brahmin, I am not a Shudra, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya, I am not only, this is negation. Then what you are? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Gopi Bhattu Padakamalayo Dasa Dasa Anudasa. There is activities. As soon as we accept Dasa Dasa Anudasa, there must be activities. A Dasa has got activities. So, see, Dasa, when the activities are there, and then Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanang Bhakti Ruchyate. That is called Bhakti. If you adopt these means to engage the senses in the service of the master of the senses, we possess some senses, but we are not master. Suppose I've got this touch sense hand I'm working with, but actually I'm not master. If the hand is paralyzed, you cannot work. So how you can be master of the senses? It is dependent on something else. The master of senses, when Krishna says, Sarvato Panipadasta, Krishna has got hands and legs everywhere. Or Brahma has got hands and legs. What is that hands and legs? Your hand, my hand, it is Brahma's hand. Because you are part and parcel of Brahma. So, now your hands and legs are engaged with upadhi. Everyone is working. I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am Shudra, I am this family's head, this, that, so on. So you have to forget this, that I don't belong to this material world and so nice division. Either we call Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, American, Indian, no. Purely I am spirit soul and my business is to serve Krishna. Then you will be able to control your senses, because senses want engagement. If you artificially stop, it will not stay. For the time being it may be appearing, but it is not possible. You cannot be desireless. Sometimes we say that we should be desireless. That is not possible. When you are desireless, then you are a dead man. That is not possible. The whole process should be purifying desire. Purifying desire. Mind. Mind is the source of desires. Therefore, the bhakti process is, first of all, engage the mind. Sabai mana Krishna padaravindayo. If you engage your mind, always thinking of Krishna, Malvana bhavamad bhakta madhyaji mang namaskuru. This is the recommendation given by Krishna. So if you first of all engage your mind to the lotus feet of Krishna, then Krishna says, you become first class yogi. Yoginam api sarvesam madgata antanatmana sadhyavan bhajati jumang same jukta tamo. He is first class yogi. Who is always engaged in thinking of Krishna's lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. That is first class yogi. Then you perfect this yogic process. Indriyagni sujuvati. Indriyagni su. In the indriya, in the senses of Krishna, in the fire of Krishna's senses, when you engage, you cooperate with your indriya, that is your perfect life. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So this is a lecture by Srila Prabhupada on the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 26th verse, spoken in Bombay. So, while reading the purport, Pradyumna Prabhu was reading from Srila Prabhupada's purport. So, what is the pure brahmachari, what is he always fully engaged in? Okay. Mike, please.
Hearing and chanting.
Ribo. A pure brahmachari engages fully in Hare Namanu Kirtanam, chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. He restrains himself from the vibration of material sounds, and his hearing is engaged in the transcendental sound vibration. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then Srila Prabhupada, when, of course, purport also mentions about there is another yajna for the married people where one restrains sense gratification, and that is also called yajna. Then Prabhupada in the lecture, he begins with sharing that yogic practice is actually meant for those who are too much in the bodily concept of life. So when Srila Prabhupada was mentioning yogic practice, he told many things. What does yogic practice mean? Prabhupada said, everyone is trying to be dash and dash. And this will be possible only if they come to this guna, and that is actually the goal of yogic practice.
Everyone is trying to be peaceful and happy, and when it comes to Sataguna, then they will achieve through the yogic practice.
Ribo. Then Srila Prabhupada quoted this Indriyani Paraniyahu Indribhya Paramana Manasastu Parabuddhir Buddhistu Yo Parasaha. In that, Prabhupada brought out two levels of gratification, of selfish gratification. So how he shared about that? While trying to explain Indriyani Paraniyahu, he was explaining two levels of gratification of one's
So one is gratification of the gross senses by gross sense gratification, and the other is sense gratification on the subtle platform, the mental platform, with so many philosophies, theology, theosophy, and so many sophies. So all this mental speculation, that is the sense gratification on the subtle mental platform.
Haribo! But both these senses, the mind and the gross senses, are belonging to Krishna. Bhumirapanalu kammano buddhirevacha ahankareyatam me binna prakriti ishtada. So they are prakriti. And then Prabhupada explained at length about prakriti and purusha. So he quoted another verse to quote the para prakriti. What is that verse? Very important verse. I quoted one. Yes, one per prakriti.
अपरायम इतस्तोन्या प्रकृति विद्धि में पराम जीव भूता महाभाव वेदम धारते जब.
What is the meaning?
Beyond the para prakriti, मतलब internal energy of the jiva is beyond the this apara prakriti. He is exploiting the material nature.
Haribo. How Prabhupada explained Prakriti and Purusha. What is Prakriti, what is Purusha? Okay, here.
Prabhupada was explaining that Purusha is the enjoyer and Prakriti is enjoyed by Purusha. And Prabhupada was explaining that Prakriti should be utilized by the Purusha. So if Prabhupada was giving the example of two women are there, one is dressing as a man. And after that he told like this, and he is trying to enjoy that other woman. This is the artificial way of living. Although we can exploit the material nature, but we have to know that we are also Prakriti and we have to be utilized or enjoyed by the Purusha.
And who is the Purusha?
Krishna.
Haribo! So living entity has forgotten this, that he is Prakriti and he is artificially trying to be Purusha. A woman-man example was given, and two women cannot enjoy. So we are Prakriti. The Jiva is Prakriti. The gross the 8 elements are Prakriti. So we are supposed to be enjoyed by Purusha. So because the Prakriti is trying to be the Purusha, there is a struggle for existence. He quoted a very important verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, new hand and there.
Prabhupada quoted Manasasthani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. Artificially is trying to become the Purusha.
Can you tell the full verse?
मैं वामशो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातन मनसष्ठानि इंद्रियाणि प्रकृति स्थानि कर्षति.
How did Prabhupada explain?
Prabhupada says that the jiva is trying to become the Purusha, is trying to enjoy this material nature, and that is the cause of his struggle.
What is the verse for that struggle in the verse?
Karshati.
Haribo. Then Srila Prabhupada went to share that how those who are too much engrossed in bodily concept of life, for them this yoga system is meant. So Prabhupada mentioned two types of juhuvati. One was samyama agnishu juhuvati and another was indriya agnishu juhuvati. So Prabhupada explained samyama agnishu juhuvati. What did he explain about? Okay.
Samyama Agni Jyoshati and Indriya Agni Jyoshati. So Samyam, by sense control, it is the control. So Brahmachari has to control the senses, and that's why he control. And Indriya Agni, or otherwise person will go give to Indriya Agni. And then Prabhupada later on gives the example of Vishwamitra Muni. The yogis try to control the senses and they're not able to control, and the Shakuntala was begotten. So because this verse is hearing and chanting, so Prabhupada is talking about Sanyama, controlling the senses.
A little different. What you said as the example is right about Vishwamitra Muni. Samyama Agni Juvati means the spirit of enjoying spirit should be sacrificed in the fire of Samyama. And Indriya Agni Juvati is to use it in the service of Krishna. Haribo. So Vishwamitra example shared that how this process is artificial and does not work well. One again goes back to sense gratification. And then Srila Prabhupada quoted Prabodhanand Saraswati and he shared. And so you can quote the verse and how he explained it. Anyone? Okay, there, Abhishek Prabhu.
Prabhupada quoted Kaivalyam Narakayate Tridasha Purakasha Pushpayate Durdhantendriya Kala Sarpa Patali Proktata Damshtrayate. So Prabhupada was focusing on Proktata, where one has to disengage or remove the extract the poison poisonous teeth of the snake. Snake compares to the senses.
Yeah. Kala Sarpa. Can you say what is Kala Sarpa? Kala means?
Kala, time.
Yeah, death.
Death.
So we extract this poison tooth of then actually one can be free from the danger of senses. Ribo. So by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our Indians who are compared to Kal Sarpa, maybe Kal Sarpa, but poison teeth is extracted. So this is the Bhakti Yoga process. Then Prabhupada gave another example, another shloka. Earlier also he quoted the second line of the shloka, but here he now started Sarvopade Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam. So what is the real designation of what is the real position of the jiva, and what is the real position of the jiva?
Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayur Das.
Originally is Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das, and what is not our position is Naham Vipro Nacha Narapati. They are all not our original position. Or I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahmana, Kshatriya, etc. They are all.
Ribo.
So tells, I think, Krishna Bahirmukha Jiva Bhogavancha Kare. He also tells.
Okay.
Later.
Yeah, wait. What is Krishna demanding in the Bhagavad Gita? Okay.
He's telling Sarva Dharman Paritaja Mamekam Sharanam Vaja. So he is telling that you follow this order of mine, surrender to me. But people are actually not doing that. Then they have to serve their designations.
Ribo. So how do they serve their designation? I am the master of this family, I am belonging to society, nation, and then he quoted a verse, Griha Kshetra Sotapta Vittair Janasya Moho Ayam Aham Mameti. Then Prabhupada, he was trying to explain the point about Naham Viprunachar Narpati. So while trying to share that we are not this, then he shared something of this is also required, and then so he shared three levels, two levels of material life, and then what is actually spiritual life. So I have answered. Okay, Prabhuji.
So the lowest level is people are behaving just like animals, Nidra by Methun. Next level is one ashram, following the 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. But the highest level is to transcend even that and come to the spiritual platform.
Ribo! What does material life mean? Dash means material life. Okay.
Sense gratification is material life.
बोलो जोर से बोलो.
Sense gratification is material life.
Ribbon. How did Prabhupada explain Grihastha life? Maybe some Grihastha again. Okay. There, Sanatan then, bro.
Licensed prostitution. Legalized prostitution.
Yeah, one was he shared. Can you explain further? See, actually, he graded it. Legalized prostitution.
One thing is there.
What is good about it?
Irregulated platform where one is just unrestrictedly having illicit sex life, and that is absolutely wrong. And even in the family life, if one is having that, yes, family means in the Grihastha life there is one has a license to do sense gratification, but even that is not. That is also sense gratification. That life. But there is control. A person becomes disciplined, regulated. So that Prabhupada was mentioning.
And there's one more word mentioned. What makes him advance? Because he takes.
Yes, he takes responsibility. That's
So he's restricting his sense gratification program, and he's also taking responsibility while doing that. So that is why he becomes advanced. So that is Grihastha life. Prabhupada also gave the example of Durvasa Muni, how Durvasa Muni also. So this the other one, the Samyamya Agnishu Juvati, that Vishwamitra Muni, Durvasa Muni example, he said they got defeated. So it's many examples are there in the Shastra. Then Prabhupada, in trying to explain about serving the Lord has got senses, he is also a living being, he has individuality. Prabhupada gave one verse from there are two verses he mentioned, so you can share whatever. How he explained about the Lord has senses and then we should individually serve him. We are never going to be one with the Lord. Okay, there, Manish Prabhu.
In Vedas there is verse Nityo Nityanam. Lord is eternal. And in Bhagavad Gita also Natveva Amjatu Nasam. Means there never was there a time when I did not exist, nor in future I will not exist. And
yeah, you shared the right two verses, and we also exist, and he also exists. All of us exist. And there's one more verse which he said, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanana. Haribol. So this Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke, what particular word he captured to say that we are never going to be? We are eternally going to be there for his service.
He uses the word Sanatana, means eternally we are part and parcel.
Ribo. And then without engagement, some people want to be liberated. Sorry, sir. What verse he quoted for that? Very famous verse. Everyone should tell this one.
यन्य अरविंदाक्ष विमुक्त मानिनस त्वयस्त भावात विशुद्ध बुद्धि आरुह्य कृच्छेन परम पदम तथा पतन्ति अधोनाद्रितयुष्मदंगरे. They think themselves liberated, but because they don't have anything higher to do, so then again they fall down in the material creation or material consciousness because of lack of any substantial thing.
Ribo. So now he came back to that definition of Naham Viprunancha Narpati of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what is the actual designation that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants us to live by?
Gopi Bhartupad Kamleva Das Das Anudas. We just want to be the servant of the mass maintainer of the gopis.
So we have got senses, but we are not the master. How did he prove it? We have got senses, but we are not the master of the senses. How did he prove it?
Prabhupada was giving an example that we have the hand and we think that we can control the hand. But when we get paralysis, although we have hand, but we cannot control because it is controlled by Rishikesh.
Haribo! What are the Brahman's hands? Sarvata Pani Padastat. What does that mean? Who is the, what is those hands? Okay, there, Arjun Ishrapu.
These are our hands. And they are engaged into service of Maya right now. Upadhi.
Ribo. ठीक से बजा? Yeah, they are all Brahman's hand. Our hand, your hand, my hand, all are Brahman's hand. But we are using it for sense gratification. So, senses want engagement. Don't artificially stop them. So, what did he say about desirelessness? What do we have to do and what is wrong? Anything? Anyone? Okay, quickly.
Saying that desirelessness means dead. So we have to engage our mind and senses positively in Krishna's service, like that.
Savai mana Krishna padaravindayor. And that will purify the desires. Haribo. And then he said, who is the first class yogi? Last, but one question. Okay, first class yogi. He is the first class yogi.
Yoginam api sarvesam madgatena antaratmanam shraddhavan bhajate yomam samayuktuttama. One who is engaged in thinking about the lotus feet of Krishna, engages his mind in thinking about, then he is the first class yogi. And how he engages is by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Haribo. So then you perfect this yogic process. Indriyagnishu juhuvati. In the Indriya, in the senses of Krishna, in the fire of Krishna senses, when you engage, you cooperate with your Indriya, that is your perfect life. Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.